So yesterday, I think we have done with these three parts. That is about process of getting things done through others. We talked about effectiveness and efficiencies. Okay. Yeah. So post that, I think we'll start now with the next important topic. That is about efficiencies and effectiveness. I think that we have discussed in the last session. That when we discuss about the efficiencies, means we are talking about the resource usage, that there should be minimum wastage in the organization. And when we talk about effectiveness, because the company is efficient or the product is efficient or the process is efficient, definitely you would be effective because you would be able to achieve the goal of the company in the long run. So that I think the part which we have covered up. Now, after that, I have a very basic, not question, I think they didn't discuss. I think I'll start with the next topic now, what the managers do. Okay, that is the next topic we're going to cover up. Yes, Rahul, tell me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rahul.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I have one question actually.
Yeah.
Is it possible for a company to be effective without being efficient, or efficient without being effective?
See, a company cannot be effective if they are not efficient. A company cannot be effective if they are not efficient, because efficiency is basically how you can minimize the costing of the company up to an extent without compromising the quality. And if it is so, you would be able to achieve the goal of the company in the long run. But if the company is efficient, when they are actually able to manage the resources in such a manner that they are producing the good at the lowest cost possible, but they may not be effective if their implementation, their goal orientation, their goal implementation is not up to the mark. Because if any particular procedural aspect, if it is lacking behind, because product may be good of the company, because it happens in the organization, and if we saw as well, the product is really good, but the company's marketing efforts are not up to the mark. And because of that, the product gets failed. It happens so many times. Okay, so it's basically like going hand by hand things in the market. Okay, that is basically the company. If it is an efficient company, they may be effective, may not be effective. But if you want to be effective, you have to be efficient as well.
Okay, sir.
Understood, Rahul? I think so. Maybe a bit confusing, I think, still.
No, sir. I got it.
Because see, the goal of both, I think if you can see the diagram as well, the goal of efficiency is to low wastage. Low wastage means minimum cost. The production cost should be as minimum as possible. The goal of effectiveness is high attainment, means high goal achievement in the organization. Let us suppose the company is planning to, you could say, sell the goods of around 1 crore units in a month or in a year, let us suppose, for example. Now, 1 crore unit you want to sell, that is your goal. That is only possible when, in comparison with your competitor, you would be able to sell that product at the minimum cost possible. Or minimum.
Sir, actually, what happened? Actually, yesterday I just after your class I just went through a website and about the efficiency and effectiveness. So over there it is written that it is possible to it is possible to be effective without being efficient, and vice versa.
See, again, like
I can just mention the link over the chat box.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
So just search over there that where vice versa is written, and you can get that, sir.
Yeah.
What is the difference between efficiency and effectiveness under that heading line?
Just a minute, I'm just reading that. See, actually, like if you can see this paragraph, what comes first, effectiveness or, I'll show the screen, I think so. So everyone can see that, I think. Yeah, if you can see that, I think the question which is Rahul being asked actually, because when it's come to efficiency and effectiveness, what comes first? Yes, Rahul, because a company can be effective without being efficient, but in that case, they cannot sustain for long period of time because somehow they need to bear higher cost in order to, you could say, attain your goal. In order to attain your goal, because see, you could be effective because you may be able to generate your sales, you may be able to fulfill your targets, but is it possible for you to actually minimize your wastage or reduce your cost of manufacturing?
No,
If it
sir.
is
What
not,
I want to ask that this is not the thing, sir. I want to ask,
yeah,
sir. Just search means over there, sir. It is written that 1 minute, sir. Just search. What is the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? Just go to that stage only.
difference, is it at the bottom or top?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I think the top we are talking about. Efficiency. Something is effective if it is produce an intended result, definitely, whereas it is efficient if it function with the least use of sources. It is possible to be effective without being efficient and vice versa. Yes, definitely, because see, what I'm just telling you, same thing, because efficiency is simply nothing but minimizing the wastage, reducing your cost. Effectiveness means achieving your goal. Now, for example, the same example I'm giving you, that your goal is definitely, let us suppose, in order to increase your sales turnover. Now, you are in a condition to increase your sales turnover, but you are effective because you are attaining your goal. But at the same time, is it possible for you that the whatever you could say target you have decided to, you could say, produce your product at the minimum cost possible? For example, your cost is 8 rupees per unit. 8 rupees per unit means basically you are you could say incurring around 8 rupees in order to, you could say, produce that goods. Okay, but it is incurring around 8.5, 9 rupees or 10 rupees. Means you are not efficient. You are effective maybe because you are increasing your sales. Rahul, I hope so. I may be in a condition to give your answer.
Sir, the reverse months over here it's written that and vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa also possible, na? Like for example, if I'm in a condition to, you could say, produce my unit in minimum cost possible in the organization, but my product is basically not up to the mark, or my product is not, you could say, acceptable by the customer. My sales turnover is not up to the mark. So I am efficient, but I'm not effective to achieve my goal.
Yes, sir. It is understood. But sir, when I asked you that, is it possible? You told no.
No. Both the things, see, vice versa is possible. You can be efficient, you can be effective. If it is combination is working, it's fantastic for you. But a company can be effective without being efficient. A company can be efficient without being effective. But in the practical world, you have to maintain a combination of efficiency and effectiveness. Because only by you could say achieving efficiency, you cannot be effective, or only by achieving effectiveness, you cannot be efficient.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
I hope so, guys. Everyone is clear with this doubt. I think Mr. Rahul has. Yeah, because I'll just take a very basic example in front of you guys. And suppose you joined any particular course, suppose IIBM course for your master program. Your basic purpose is that how you can score very good marks. Okay, very good marks means someone want to score 100 out of 100, someone want to score 90 out of 100, and so on. Means you want to be efficient with minimum level of study, because you all are working basically. You may be efficient, but whether you would be able to achieve your target to score around 90% aggregate at the end of the 2 years program. That is called effectiveness. A person may be efficient in one semester, but may not be possible he is effective in all the semester. Minimum study time, maximum result, efficiency. I hope so, Rahul, it's clear now. I think one more example I've put it in front of you. Very basic example from your own choice, from your own backgrounds. Okay, perfect, guys. So let's move to the next slide then. Yeah. So not next slide, I think my topic which I want to discuss today. So now the next topic which I want to cover up today, that is about the what do managers do. Okay, so when I'm just talking about the basic functionality of the manager, and you know that job of a manager is basically not an easy task in the company. Okay, because managing the managers or managing the employees is one of the very, very difficult tasks in the organization. Okay, as you know that they are the one who are basically always on the hunting list of the top management. They always want to have an output from those managers only, irrespective, either by hook, either by crook. So when we discuss about, or when we talk about the major 4 activities which the managers do perform, and which is also called basically the root functionality of a particular management as a discipline we talk about, that actually includes the 4 basic parts: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Okay, now as you know that when we talk about the very first point about what do you mean by planning. Okay, now planning in a very simple language which I always remember in my life, that is about, it is a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. That is called planning. Because planning is basically somehow which is helping the company in order to decide their backbone or the backdrop of the company, about the company's goal, company's policies, company's strategies. Because on paper, anything which is being jotted down is called your planning part. Where you are, where you want to go, what you want to achieve. That is basically what the planning is all about. Second time, it comes under organizing. Once the planning is done, the second important part is arranging and structuring the work. For example, you want to launch a particular product, you want to start a particular project, you want to, you could say, start a particular new venture or new startups. You have a plan in front of you. But this is basically way how the things would be imagined by a particular person, or you could say a team, we can say. How things would be organized means arrangement of the work, structuring of the work, responsibility taking of the work. Organizing is basically more associated with the what tasks are to be done, how the task would be performed, by whom, and the grouping, and who will actually take the decision making. Organizing is basically more associated with what need to be done, how it will be done, who is going to perform that, is called organizing. Means you are creating a structure of the organization. Guys, please don't annotate on the screen. It's quite irritating, please. Don't try to play any kiddish activities, please, in the classes. You all are well matured, I think so. So should not, I think from my end, there should not be any sort of because a statement I need to use in the classes, please. Okay, thank you so much. Organizing, I think, is very clear. Then it's come to leading now. As you know that once we decide the structure, for example, in my city, there is a very good ISBT station or the bus station which the government is planning about. Okay, the planning is basically that you want to provide an infrastructure into the state so that there would be a very convenient way how the bus can be operated. The customer can easily access those services. That is the planning is all about. For that planning, definitely what is the location where the ISBT should be installed, who will actually design that structure, what type of, you could say, activity need to perform, what about their structure, what about their design, is organizing. Leading now. Leading is basically one who is the leader, who is the manager, who is, we can say around the whole soul person who will take the responsibility to perform the task on time, who will take the responsibility, who will take the you could say the what I can say, the directing activity in the company, who will lead from the front. Actually, that is called the directing. Leading is all about, because leading is more about giving a direction, giving them path, motivating them so that the work may be performed before the deadlines or till the deadline, which is being decided by the company. Then we talk about the controlling part. Now, controlling is the most important part because where you need to compare, where you need to analyze the comparison between the planned event and actual event, planned activity and actual activity. Now, controlling is basically one of the most important part where the manager or analyst will actually compare what's going right, what's going wrong. If things are going on the right track, thumbs up. If not, definitely you need to take some corrective action, that where the company is in fault, what are the errors which they have committed, how we can recover those costs, how we can recover those challenges, how we can resolve those conflicts. Each and everything will come under controlling part. Any doubt, please? I hope so. The example is clear. Statement is clear. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Yes, Praneeth. Organizing is basically, Praneeth, is more about, for example, you want to, you could say, start an NGO. Now, planning for the NGO would be, what is your goal to open an NGO? What strategy you will opt in order to, you could say, give benefit to the, you could say, to the needed people. That may be your planning part. Once it is done, you will definitely hire a few employees in the company. Those who will take care about their health, those who will take care about their education, those who will take care about their other important aspects, those who will also take care about their, you could say, planned activities, market activities, operational activities. Organizing means how the things would be, you could say, put from the paper on ground. Organizing. Everything is planned on the paper. You could say converting from on paper to the ground is organizing. Praneeth. See, Sandeep, actually, when it's come to all these activities like planning, organizing, directing, or controlling, it may be possible at lower level, sorry, at middle level and top level as well. Okay, because lower level department, definitely there are, because yesterday we discussed about the front line, sorry, not front line, uh, foremen, I think so. What was it? I think I forget that. That is first line managers. Okay, so first line manager, basically it's not a lower level staff, but they are the one who also basically perform the leading task. Okay, so different combination may be available at, you could say, different, you could say, organization, type of organization, it also varies. Yes, definitely, Radhika, it's a project plan, definitely, that we can also consider. Yes, Gantt chart, definitely. Because with the help of Gantt chart, we can identify about the latency. We talk about their lead time, their, you could say, waiting time. Everything can be identified with the help of Gantt charts. Definitely, yes. Management is directly or indirectly involved in that, something, because they are the one who are the observer, who are basically the surveillance, who are always keeping a keen watch on the activities or the performance of the company over a period of time, because they are always taking a review from the, you could say, next, you could say, authorized manager, or to whom they have given the responsibilities. Sandeep, clear? Sure. Definitely, see, without planning, there is no success, because all these pillars or all these, you could say, parameters are interconnected. Clear? Sure. Let's move to the next slide then. Now I think I'll just discuss all these points one by one.